Hey gang, follow up as I usually do. Had a back and forth with the United States Postal Service today in which the woman who was handling my case hung up on me, which I will get to at the end. In all of my interactions with the United States Postal Service within this past year, I feel like they are very invested in making excuses rather than trying to empathize with the customer. And here's what I mean in this particular case. So they called me back. First of all, I could have sworn I said I wanted to be contacted via email, but they called me, first of all. Second of all, they asked if my name was on the mailbox, and I was like, yeah, my name's on the mailbox. And the person was like, that courier's been delivering to your area for 10 years, and they've never seen your name before. And I told them that we have people coming and going, and we just had a new person coming in that received their mail just fine. There's no reason why this is a thing. And then they called me back and asked if I filled out a change of address form. And I had not at that point. And she said, my mail wasn't supposed to be delivered to me without a change of address form. And the person who delivered my mail should be fired if they delivered to me without a change of address form. And as I was saying, well, I guess you're going to have to fire somebody because I was getting my mail before this skerfuffle happened over these past few weeks. She hung up on me. So if it's gotten to the point where people are more okay with making excuses and trying to trip all over themselves to make any kind of fucking excuse instead of empathizing and being like, well, we're sorry we didn't get your mail, this, and we'll check in. Because there's definitely ways to handle this that doesn't involve having to cover for your coworkers when they mess up one way or the other. Because either I wasn't supposed to get my mail because I never filled out a change of address form and I was getting my mail, or you're just further proving the point that it's up to the mail deliverer's discretion on whether or not you get your mail. There's something fucked up going on here when you feel comfortable hanging up on customers. And it's not like the United States Postal Service is doing all that well in the first place. A lot of scrutiny. Their setup and technology is outdated for a reason because they keep getting cuts. And Donald Trump and his appointees want to get rid of everything socialist, including the United States Postal Service, which, yes, believe it or not, that shit is socialist. First of all, anything tax funded is socialist. So, normally I'm all about the United States Postal Service. But within these past few years, things have just really deteriorated. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, they start backing each other up when they're doing shit that they're not supposed to do. And they get really bent all out of shape if you complain about it one way or the other, as I've seen it happen today. So yeah, I'm totally okay with the United States Postal Service getting replaced. We can just I don't care if it gets replaced with something free, cheap, or expensive. Just replace that shit, because what we have now ain't doing it. Because they will work so hard to dodge accountability for someone else's sake. And it's like, damn, bro, can you just act like you're somebody who's never gotten their mail before for one reason or another and be sympathetic? But yeah, I'm not saying that customer service has to kiss my ass, but I don't feel like I should have to say that you should empathize with the customer and not fucking hang up on them. And realize when you've made a mistake one way or the other and just own it, or the deliverer own it, or you own it on their behalf as their supervisor, or whatever that fuck that looks like as the United States Postal Service, and move on.